Good morning, evening, and afternoon, and welcome to part 21 of Aokana,蒼の彼方のフォーリズム. Last time we started off with that little part with Shindo at night. It was an interesting conversation between them where Shindo, he really wanted, I don't know if it's just him wanting to prove himself or if it's just his admiration that he wants to. He really wants to try and go up against Masaya. And it's quite interesting with that. He also had a thing where he mentioned how if he's able to beat his club members, the girls in other words, would he fight him then? Or not exactly the same words, but something similar to that. But yeah, so the next day happened and we had our proper good match. It still was training and what they were doing was still training, but it really did feel closer to a match than we've had so far. And it was quite interesting. It was a match between Misaki and Shindo. And Shindo's reasons, because he saw potential or saw something hidden and he wanted to try and he thought it was interesting to fight Misaki compared to everybody else. And I'm glad he fought Misaki because it was quite an interesting match. It showed that there obviously is differences in power and technique and knowledge. But even still, Misaki was able to go toe-to-toe with him. I think the score was 4-2 in the end, which was still pretty good against the genius of this generation. So it was quite interesting to see how two Skywalkers would go at it in the flying circus, and can't wait to see more. But what really stood out for me the most during that fight was Masaya's comment about how Misaki's movement and control and everything like that reminds him of his past rival. And that shit sent chills to my spine because I enjoy those types of it might seem like little amount of information, but to me that's a huge deal. But yeah, anyway, so as I mentioned, the battle ended with 4-2 and they didn't really show Mashiro's battle, and I can understand afterwards that I realized why. Because next is Asuka and I always forget his name. That's because of Shindo's name that I always forget it. Shion, right. I feel sorry for him. Because I keep forgetting his name. So yeah, Asuka and Shion are next. And unlike Mashiro, those two kind of have rivals. Asuka has Rika. I just feel like they're the best opponents in a sense. And then we have the what's that word I'm looking for? Not really a revenge match, but Shion is able to try and get back at Tatooine for their previous match. And I like to see that as well. So I'm actually quite interested to see how this is going to go. Anyway, let's see how this will go. It's good that you're excited, but don't overdo it. Your shoulders are all stiff. Yeah, she just says, is that so? Yeah, you seem bolted to the spot. Take a few deep breaths and loosen up. The sprite was a bit too early for that, but okay. Again. Now dangle your arms and rotate your shoulders around.
こんな感じでどうでしょうか。
Still stuff. It's just a practice match. There's no reason for you to be nervous.
緊張してません。
Come on, who are you trying to fool? You weren't that nervous when you faced SunaeVN-san, right?
あの時は何も知りませんでしたから。でも今は練習の成果を出さないと思うと。
I can understand that feeling. And you won't ever do that if you get nervous. You can't pull off any quick moves with stiff body.
リラックスします。
Doesn't seem to be working though. Your opponent is a speeder. All you need to do is intercept her and nullify her speed. Speeder, which means Rika?
はい、落とします。そろそろ試合を開始したいのですけど、よろしいかしら？
Yeah, we're good to go.
よろしくお願いします。
Yep, it is. Asuka's opponent is Rika Ichinose. Ichinose flies ahead to first. Alright, off you go.
はい、頑張ります。
Here she just says Ganbarimasu, which is obviously just I'll do my best. I send Asuka off with a clap on her back. This is her first real practice match. Expecting her to not feel nervous is asking for the impossible.
よろしくお願いします、リカちゃん。胸をお借りします。
I feel like she said it was more like the way I feel is back to you, like to have a good match. She also feels the same way. Eventually the whistle that signals the start of the match resounds. So since Rika's a speedy, she can go straight for the buoy. And Asuka's an all-rounder right now, so I don't know how she's going to respond. Ichinose tilts her body downward and makes for a second with a makes for a second with a low yo-yo. And Asuka tries to keep up with her. Hey! Asuka's grab shoes have a standard all-rounder setting. Maybe she'd have a shot if they had speeder tuning. But that's not the case here. I need to stop her before it's too late. Asuka, you can't win a contest of speed.
はい、そうでした。
You need to jump to the second line right away.
はい。
Don't know if she'll make it now though. Asuka proceeds to the second line. Man, she really is all tense. Be real bad if Ichinose interpreted with what Asuka did as a plan to provoke her. Where am I? Okay. I can picture her saying, I see, you're a second who would stoop so low, huh? After everything's said and done. Having scored a point by touching first, Rika uses the repellent force from the touch to accelerate. Interesting. She definitely isn't bad, but I feel like she entered the climb of her low yo-yo about 1 second too early. She's able to notice that. Small details. Her acceleration gain was fairly minimal because she misjudged the angle when she touched the buoy. Feels to me like she has a bad habit of getting impatient in critical situations. Asuka waits at the center of the second line for Ichinose. Stay calm. Remember, you need to get to where she's going, not where she is.
はい。
Ichinose proceeds to climb gently. Asuka also climbs in response. It'd be great if she managed to intercept her, but I doubt it's going to be easy. Ichinose banks right while climbing. Asuka responds to that by tilting forward and accelerating.
抑えます。させません。
After luring Asuka over to her right, Ichinose twists her body and dives left instead. As a result, Asuka ends up flying away from her. Then she twists her body in an attempt to follow Ichinose but loses her balance. With that, Ichinose outruns Asuka. Spread out your arms and legs while taking a deep breath. After that, just jump to the third line. Forget about catching her for now.
わかりました。行きます。
She's only scored 2 points. You're not too far behind, so keep calm. She's probably feeling pretty disappointed.
すごいですね。
She's feeling admiration. Huh? For some reason she's all harped up. What do you mean?
目の前から消えちゃったみたいに見えました。ああいう動きができるんだって思ったらドキドキします。
Interesting. I see.
楽しいです。
I'm impressed that she can say something like that when she's losing. Rather than this type of line, I thought it would probably have more of a important feeling to Masaya because he doesn't see flying circus as fun, or he did when he was young, but after a while it didn't seem as much. They make sure to have a lot more fun. Ichinose touches third right as Asuka reaches the middle of the third line. The score is 0-2. Ichinose slants downward. I'm guessing she wants to gain speed with a low yo-yo. She must think Asuka's all flustered and off balance right now, which would make rushing past her quite easy. Anticipate when she'll start her climb. Oh. Asuka starts to move to where Ichinose is set to ascend, but Ichinose suddenly enters a steep climb in response.
捕まりません。
Because Asuka moved her body in a weird way to get after Ichinose, she ends up losing her balance again. It's just learning from mistakes now. Damn, she's ruthless. No, wait. Ruthless isn't the right word here. She's simply giving it everything she's got. Yeah. Normally, speeders don't make use of such reckless steep climbs because they result in a rapid drop of speed, which is their main win condition. However, that type of movement is extremely effective against beginners. After all, most beginners tend to chase after their opponents on the spur of the moment, which leads to a loss of balance. Regain your balance and fly over to the fourth line. Be careful out there. Make sure you don't lose your balance.
はい。なんだか少し分かってきた気がします。
Huh? Oh, what do you mean?
うまく言葉にできませんけど、とにかく分かってきた気がするんです。
Ichinose touches fourth. The score is now 0-3. This time, Ichinose is flying straight along the line, approaching Asuka directly. There's no way she's going to collide with Asuka, so it's safe to assume she'll turn at some point. About what Asuka said earlier. I'm guessing she means she's realized Ichinose is using feints, but... well, beginners often end up in a worse position than when they started, when they try to counter feints. I should stop her, but ruining her concentration now could just make things worse. And as they say, there are some things you can only learn through experience. Guess I'll keep quiet here. Hope that she learns a valuable lesson.
行かせてもらいます。
Ishina starts to fly the scissors, turning left and right as she closes in on Asuka. Man, she really is just doing things that thought beginners. Asuka, who is standing in Ichinose's way, flounders left and right as she almost loses her balance. Huh? Asuka almost intercepts Ichinose. Ichinose managed to dodge by a hair's breadth with a steep climb, but after her. Ichinose's speed is down due to the scissors and steep climb. And while it's not as good as that of fighters, the initial velocity of all-rounders is also pretty decent. There's a very real chance of Asuka catching her in this situation. They're not really saying anything here. Asuka closes the distance between her and Ichinose. Can she catch up? Ichinose enters a low yo-yo to try to shake her off, but Asuka follows. It's all over if she tries and fails to catch Ichinose now. It'd be nice to let her get a feel for chasing her opponents, but it's important to teach her when to give up as well. She was really close there though. Jump to the first line. He's given up. I thought she would have wanted to continue fighting that. I see. Guess I was wrong. Asuka hasn't realized Ichinose is doing feints. No, she's actually come to an understanding of something far more basic. Namely, how to regain her balance mid-air. Does that mean she only just figured it out during this match? I guess things like that do happen, but I look to the side.
I
don't get any anger from Masaya. From the lines, that is. That's the problem when you can't hear the voices, you can't tell how they're feeling. But it's quite interesting how SunaeVN's the second right now. Obviously there are other matches going on at the same time. Never mind. I was thinking obviously Shindo's the coach, but looks like SunaeVN's son is calming Ichinose down. Oh, she's talking about Ichinose. Interesting. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. Looks like SunaeVN's son is calming Ichinose down. So clearly what just happened was a surprise to her as well. Asuka, carefully watch Ichinose's flight path until the last second. There's no need to rush. You've got to suppress any urge to move. Much like on the fourth line, she's rushing straight toward Asuka. Only the difference is, there are no scissors this time. Her plan is to shake Asuka off with pure speed. Ichinose uses a light feint, but Asuka doesn't even twitch. I'm honestly surprised she can stay so still just because I told her to. Ichinose turns right. Ichinose spreads out her arms and legs, then enters a high yo-yo. In other words, she goes into a steep climb. It successfully drops her speed, which makes Asuka overshoot and pass below Ichinose. Her back is fully exposed. Oh, interesting. Damn, they got us. didn't expect her to go for Asuka's back instead of the buoy. Did Satoru-san think about up the strategy? Man, I really wanted her to score at least 1 point to build up her confidence. Match isn't over yet. Asuka curls up and... Huh? She seemingly kicks off air, jetting in the opposite direction as a result. An air kick turn. It isn't as clean as in her match against Tatooine-san, but still, it's enough to make Ishinos's hand claw at empty air.
そんな、まだ初心者のアスカさんにそんなこと。コーチに教わったんです。
Ishino-sen, who has now missed her target, shoots past Asuka, exposing her back to her opponent. On point. Asuka touches Ichinose's back. She scored 1 point. 1 to 3. But I can understand what she said, I think, because she pushed her opponent towards the buoy in a sense. Yeah. Ishinose uses the repellent force from Asuka touching her back to make for second. Asuka would have gotten the chance to score even more points if she touched Ichinose from above, but it didn't work out that way. No, you did great. Now jump to the second line. Oof. After that, Asuka fails to keep up with Ishinose's speed and lets her score again. And lets her score again and again by touching buoys, bringing the score to 1-6 by the end. So you watched the match. We didn't get to see Shion's match? That's unfortunate. The end of our 3-day training camp has arrived, which means now we just have to pack up and head on home. No one seems to want to part with all the new friends they've made. And honestly, I'm in the exact same boat.
ありがとう。有意義な合宿になったよ。
I'm surprised he feels the same way, because from what we could tell, like, he doesn't have anything bad against Shindo, but he feels like Shindo is someone who will just delve more deeper into his past, and it's just someone related to his, well, not obviously related, but connected, and he doesn't want that. Agreed. I'm sure all my players are a lot more motivated now.
そうだ。君からも飛沢君には謝っておいてくれるかな。
What? Don't want to face her after all the bullying? What's up?
本気でそうは思っていないくせに。
Yeah, he's right. He was just trying to bring Misaki's potential to the surface. And frankly, seeing that has me wanting to get her to take FC seriously. Fine, I'll apologize. Though I doubt she's holding a grudge or anything.
だったらいいけど、彼女ヒヤッとする目を見せたからね。
What? For real? Maybe Misaki's got a competitive side to her after all.
彼女は伸びるね。いや、彼女だけじゃないか。
Yeah, he says
彼女は伸びるね。
she can climb.
彼女だけじゃないか。
She'll climb in a sense of she'll just keep getting better, rather than saying a threat, but okay. Shino-san directs his eyes in a certain direction as he says that, and when I turn to where he's looking, I see...
なんか私の話ですか?
Damn, you've got good ears. Much of her to leave with my hand.
ひどいです。
ひ Hidoi is more like you're being mean, or that's so mean, or like I wouldn't say rude. Rude for me is like a different. I think it's because of the way it is when you say rude in English, as well as if you add exclamation mark as well. That's really it's really tough to translate this and convey this properly. Rude has got to me a lot more of a negative connotation to it, whereas hidoi, or like mean, the way she said it isn't negative at all. It's more like reluctance and unfortunate. If I'm getting that across right. Luckily, Asuka gives in to my demand. Guess she understands that this is a private conversation.
仲がいいね。
I am her coach. None of this would work if we didn't trust each other. Not like I'm doing anything special to develop our relationship, though. Interesting. Shino-san sees something special in Asuka as well, huh? Can't say I disagree, though unfortunately she's a lot more raw than Yorimisaki.
君が FC に戻ってきた理由が分かったような気がしたよ。
Not exactly. There's no special reason, I swear.
さて、挨拶も後が使えてるようだし。
Yeah, he doesn't say anything about if you say so. It's more like he's just trying to divert the topic away. Huh? Ah. Well, I certainly feel someone's eyes on me now.
君が彼女たちにどんな翼を与えるのか楽しみだよ。
Huh?
夏の大会でまた会おう。
Shino-san turns around after spitting out those parting words. Hold on. Can we shake hands? When we first met, our handshake was initiated by Shinto-san. But right now, I really want to take the lead and return his friendly gesture.
喜んで。
Yeah, he says yorokonde, which is more of a with pleasure, or he's happy for it. He's happy to do it. Rather than just saying, okay, of course. We shake hands before we part. With Shindo-san gone, next up is... Satoin-san?
実に有意義な合宿でした。副部長としてお礼を申し上げますわ。
Yeah, it was quite interesting where they were. Sorry if I keep doing this. I like doing this. Then she says, allow me to thank you. Yeah, she's more in the Japanese, it's more like, as my position, because of my position, allow me to thank you, or her as vice president, or vice coach, or the vice position, allow me to thank you. Cool. Aha. Like, okay. Like, that's how Shino-san already said all this. Oh, wait. Was the other person Shino-san mentioned Satoin-san?
ちょっと、佐藤くん。
佐藤院ですわ、部長。
今後のスケジュールについて少し相談があるんだ。
お待ちください。私は今副部長として感謝のご挨拶をしているところですから。
下級なんだ。佐藤君の意見を聞きたかったんだが。
佐藤院です。すみません。慌ただしくはありますが、これで。
Okay. I'm so confused right now. Ichinose? Huh? I noticed her looking at me earlier. We haven't talked since last night. I've been meaning to apologize, but I figured I could wait until we both got home. Oh right, that incident did occur. Forgot about that. Still, not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. May as well take care of it now. This chance has fallen right into my lap. What Japanese sense did they use for that? Probably can't even read it though. Nani wa tomo are so you. Well, regardless of that, in a sense, I don't know. And so the first words that leave my mouth are. I'm sorry. Remember, no more sorries, just thank yous. And we bow our heads at the same time, we both go out the day. Oh no, I thought they were going to hit each other's heads by accident. Huh? Puzzled looks appear on both of our faces. Actually, the exact same thing happened last night. Why are you thanking me? I mean, that seems kinda weird considering what happened yesterday and all. Yeah, sure. I want to, but I'm not sure that's possible. So, it's rather than saying the only thing that came to mind was more like the only thing that was close to what she wanted to say came to mind, I think. Thanking me? No. I mean, yeah, it is a little weird, but it's the thought that counts. You know, you could have waited until we were home. Okay. I recall what she told me yesterday. Yeah, because unfortunately these two keep ending up in unfortunate situations and makes the encounters awkward as well. I spot a group of grinning girls, wow, I don't know why I said that like that. Grinning girls staring at us. Are those Ichinose friends? Okay, when you have a group of girls grinning, staring at two people, certainly means they think of one thing. I think they're the girls who teased her on the first day of the training camp. Oh wait, does that mean she chose to do it now as some sort of punishment? I do not think so. I don't think she would. Well, even if she would, if it was a punishment, she wouldn't look happy when she thanked us. Damn, not sure if the word serious is enough to properly describe her. I swear, she's bordering on crazy here. What? I can't read the kanji. I don't know, I don't think it's quite negative tone, show. Thanks for everything. Ichinose responds with a smile as I thank her. Thanks. Huh. Now that's a word that soothes the mind. Ichinose said it to me and I responded in kind. She made both of us feel a whole lot better. Oh, wait. Just so we're clear, I'm not thanking you for what happened yesterday. Why? Obviously, she knows you're not thanking. She initially doesn't get what I mean and tilts her head in confusion, but after a few seconds, she flashes red as the meaning of my words hits her. But I had to set things straight, or I'd sound like a total creep. Besides, you haven't forgiven me yet. Ishina suddenly brings her face close to mine and lowers her voice. Right, can't have anyone overhearing this.
許すって許せるわけないじゃないですか。二度もあんなの見られて。だから不問です。
Okay.
それとも日向さん、責任取ってくれます？
Those are dangerous words. Huh? Yeah.
今のは言葉のあやです。勢い。私にだって選ぶ権利はありますから。
Right. That scared me. Cute more there. Ishina lets out a little giggle, seemingly mocking my lack of response. I wouldn't say it's a giggle, and I wouldn't say it's mocking. Oh, that's the little giggle.
調子を狂わされてばかりです。
Right as I begin to bow deeply and apologize, Ishino stops me.
お互いに行きましょう。これでもうとりあえずわだかまりはなしということで。ありがとうございました。
No, thank you. Huh? Ishina suddenly covers her body and backs away from me. I think it's the way you said it. Let me just see if they translated it differently in English, in Japanese. こちらこそありがとう。こちらこそ。I know that. I just trying to figure out how to translate it. It's quite difficult. Thank you as well. Anyway. I don't like in the English you can understand it. No, thank you. Like this, the italics kind of change the way you say it. But that's the problem when you can't hear the main character's voice. You can't tell how. Koshira koso arigato. Anyway. What's wrong?
いえ、二度あることは。
It could happen a third. Seems like unpleasant memories have surfaced in her mind. They say the third time's a charm, so this is really awkward.
やっぱり日向さんにお礼を言われると、なんか違うことを思い出しちゃいますね。
Hold on.
やっぱり日向さんにお礼を言われると、なんか違うことを思い出しちゃいますね。
Yeah, she just says she just remembers the things. Rather, she didn't specify last night, so she could be referring to the last night and the previous time as well. Didn't you want to pretend it never happened?
ひなた！
そろそろ帰るってさー。
Oh, gotcha. Students from both schools line up across from each other before we part. This is our way of saying goodbye. Our club presidents are standing in front of each other right now. It reminds me of a baseball match from series and other media I've seen. Before it starts, both teams line up and they like go "Yoroshiku onegaishimasu" type of thing.
夏の大会で会おう。ああ、必ずな。首を洗ってって振動。日向じゃなくてこっちを見ろ。
それではお互いに礼。
ありがとうございました。
And with that, the curtain. The curtain falls on our third day training camp with Takafuji Academy.
これで終わりじゃないぞ。家に帰るまでが合宿だ。
Yeah, I think we'll end it here. It was an interesting little thing. We had our little match with, well, not we, but Asuka had a match with Rika. It was kind of what I not really expected, but I expected a little bit more we did get to see her air kick turn, I think it was. Which does show that it wasn't a fluke the first time she did it, which I think is the most important detail there, and that she can do it in a sense. But then it comes down to what else can she do, or will she be able to do, which is interesting. Rika is interesting because she's actually easy, she's quick-tempered, I think is the right word. If something bothers her, she's quick to show signs of agitation. I don't know if that's the right words I'm using, but anyway. It was unfortunate the battle ended at 1-6. I was hoping for at least like another point from Asuka, but I mean, from her position, she is a lot more of a beginner than everybody else. After that, we had our little farewells and interesting information or conversation, I should say, between Shindo, Masaya, and then Masan and Rika. Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised with today's one. There was a lot of subtle changes to the translation, which I felt. I was just thinking to myself, why? Because it's not like I just want to just correct from what I view as mistranslated or changed, but I try and see the reasoning behind it. Why did they choose those words? Were they similar to what I thought? But some of them, not really. Like sometimes when the characters wouldn't even say anything in Japanese, but in English they translated as some words. Oh well. Leave it there. Anyway, yeah. I do want to finish saying that, as you could probably tell, my schedules have been pretty out of whack. I thought I'd say this in the beginning, but meh. I think because of the time itself right now, time of the year, I'm going to be doing a lot less. I don't think it's really because of the time of year, but just other things. But yeah, so it's going to be a little more sporadic here and there. But I will keep going, so do not worry. Anyway, that'll be it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know what your thoughts. I'll see you all next time.